Lets episode 250. This is it. This is the big one. I'm your host, or I would say leaving host, Dan, and I'm joined by I would say the new proper host. It's Samson. Samson, welcome to the live stream. And I guess this is your show now. So why am I saying this?
Well, I don't know that anybody, owns the show,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So it's just let's talk calculus and it's just going to keep going. Sorry I delayed there. The YouTube started playing and that really threw me off hearing you twice. Here we are doing it live again and right off the bat, I'm getting those live jitters. Whoa. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well. I was actually, I've not been nervous doing a show for a long time, and I was actually nervous doing this one just because everyone's been so lovely. Like, I'm looking at the chat right now as well, and there's a bunch of people in here. We've got Earth Witnesses in here, TPZ, Cobalt Dave. TPZ says he's cruising at 30,000 on his way back home from Montreal, 30,000 feet.
He got the
Earth
Wi-Fi.
You got the Wi-Fi. Matt's in here. D-Max is in here. Jets on home. Samson, you're obviously in here. Shoes is in here. Brian Powers or Pow Pow's in here. Psycho Beulah is in here. We've got a lot of people in here, which is really nice. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who's joining us live. If you're on the East Coast, it's fairly late. I guess it's 9 p.m. Samson, I go to bed at 9:30, so
I
it's
I too go to bed soon, but if anybody's here from the UK, it's very very late there.
yes,
Um,
I
so
would doubt that. Um,
but
I
yeah,
would doubt
I'm
that.
so
You never know.
glad everybody's there in the chat. Dave's calling us out for running late, but we're just letting it cook, letting people.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure people were here. We didn't want to start. When does a party start on time? You know, Den you I can't say your name. Sorry, Den Euclagut also
Dan,
says hello.
I'm gonna miss watching you try to pronounce names like Jetson's home. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, let's get into the show. This is going to be a fun one, a very like kind of relaxed one. I mean, if we want to peek behind the curtain here, this is Samson's produced show. You're the one who put together this whole script. You're the one who put together videos and such. So big ups to Samson for producing the show. And I'm just here reading things. So it's like the shoes on the other foot kind of thing. I won't be like Samson though
Weird.
and be a full Ron Burgundy and read every single thing that is written down. You know.
I've tried to make it extra clear, because I need it clear for myself mostly. Uh,
Yeah,
but
that's
Dan,
fair enough.
does that mean we're gonna do the housekeeping?
I guess housekeeping real quick. There's a Discord in the chat if you've not done this before. If this is your first episode listening to this, then welcome. It's a bit of a weird one. But we're glad to have you here. This is going to be more of a Q&A kind of podcast more than anything. But yeah, it's a weird one, but welcome. There's going to be this show continues. We'll go over what happens with the show later on, but most of you who are in the Discord already know what's happening, who the second person is going to be, all that. In fact, the second person will be here in an hour's time, just less than an hour's time. So he'll be joining this one
Yeah,
as well.
he's currently
Uh,
live, but don't leave our show right now to go see
yeah,
him.
yeah, don't
You'll
forget
see
him.
him
Don't
later.
worry about him.
Yeah,
Yeah, forget him. Yeah, I just want to say that we do have the one that I couldn't pronounce. Den UK. I can't say it. I can't say it. But I think you are in the UK because it's 3 a.m. here, is what he says. Uh,
wow.
Jamie Rex is in here, and Joey's in here as well. Also,
Joel,
Joel, as well. TPZ says, "Is there a halftime show?" Yes. Performance from Samson. He's gonna actually basically put on his British accent for like a whole minute and and
you
have
know,
all the patrons disappear.
that was one of the first things my partner said. She's like, "But now your show won't have a British accent," and I
Yeah.
said, "It will."
No, 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 stop, 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 stop. Let's get into the show. We're gonna go through. I mean, first of all, thank you for everyone who's written in. You've written, I think it was 28 questions that we got. You're right, like 28 questions or so, just maybe more,
About
'cause, you know, I
I
didn't.
haven't scraped it since 4, so
Okay, 4 PM was a cutoff, but, yeah, so we'll go through all of your questions. If we've missed any questions, I will just answer them in the Discord another day. I'm not leaving everything, like, I'll still be in the Discord and all that kinda stuff, but, the podcast, I won't be here on as frequently anyway, but, Samson, let's get into I guess let's get into some general comments really quick, because we had a couple comments from other folk for different
and they're
episodes.
kind of relevant.
Yeah, I mean LTO 248. We had Future Wise Music who put in watching now. I think this is just Future watching this podcast a bit later. It says we'll miss these regulars with you both. Live Open Mic on 247 says I expect a weekly report from Dan on the games he's finished after leaving the full time podcasting. Samson we will make a full segment. So I guess weekly report is a lot, but maybe a monthly report I'm absolutely down for. I will definitely try and finish more games. Definitely finish more games. But big up Noble Squashy, who's also in the chat as well.
Yeah, friend of the show, Noble Squashy.
Yeah, and honestly, we have a bunch of regulars in general, like Squashy, D-Max, PJ, Kai, Kim. You wrote Pole, Samson. I don't know who Pole is.
He's been around, but he hasn't been in really since our new Discord.
Yeah, fair enough. Baru, Pow Pow, Amelia, Dave, Shoes, Parody, Wookie. Like we've had a lot of regulars in here, and but big ups to everybody listening to this. Thank you so much for joining us in this celebration. Samson, let's get into the questions. And I
Let's
think
do it.
honestly, the first question is for you from Live Open Mic. He said, "Why didn't Samson take more vacations so we could co-host together?"
I think it's for you though. It's why it's you got to tell them why I didn't take more vacations,
Because
and it's
Samson's
because
so
of
dedicated to the show.
all the pressure you put on me.
He's so dedicated to the show. Thanks.
I don't. I
Yeah, go
vacation
on.
all the time, Dan. I don't really. I mean, I go on vacations here and there, but I don't really
You
go
do.
away for big chunks like you do usually.
Yeah, I think biggest thing is that my family's in the UK, so I think going away for quite some time. Sometimes I do go for
Yeah.
like 3 weeks and kind of work from there, so that's when that happens and such. But yes, don't worry, Mike. I will still be around if Samson does need to take a vacation. I can always fill in if needed. And also, I want to shout out to Radio Runt, who's also just entered the chat. Welcome. Samson, I'm going to let you read these next questions out because I think they're all to me.
Yes, yes, yes. Number 2, Dan. Your favorite funny flub that happened during one of the LTO podcasts.
Okay, well, I forgot to say one thing. I haven't read any of these pretty questions pretty much. Like I skimmed them a little bit when the forms were sent, but I've not really read and wrote down my answers to any of these. I wanted to just kind of answer them live, and that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. But with favorite funny flub, I don't know if there's like a flub that I can really think of, but in terms of just funny, one of my favorite episodes that we did, I'll have to get the episode name at the number, but it's the one where Samson, me and you created like a fake VR company each and decided to release our own headset, like our ultimate kind of headset. And we had to
That was
also
super
do
fun.
drawings for what the headset looked like, and it was just really funny. I laughed so hard during that episode. This was like maybe 100 and something, but I laughed so much during that episode just because what you were describing to what I was describing, and then the drawings that followed after were just very, very funny. Very, very,
Dude,
very funny.
I think it was you who wanted to do the drawings,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I reluctantly said yes, and that ended up being quite fun.
Yeah, it was really funny. I love that episode a lot. I'll try and pull it up whilst we're doing these questions, but yeah, definitely that one. What's the next question, Samson?
Yeah, Dan. By the way, that question came from DMAX. So our next question from Matt: if you had to pick just one, what would be your number one walkabout course?
Uh, I honestly think I know we've had a lot of discussion about the El Dorado and such, and I think when we've done our rankings, El Dorado has been number one. But honestly, we were playing it last week, and I was like, you know what? This is actually this is on the harder side, and I think if I was to pick my favorite course all rounder, it will be Kyoto Valley. I love the vibe of that course. I like the wind mechanic a lot. And it's a big challenge, to be honest, at times when the wind does come, especially that 18th hole when it's more like a drive across the side. But then I also like the storytelling. I like the picnic with the date that happens. I like with the sheep all around, and it's just a nice little vibe in this like
It's a whole
windmill
story.
windy city. Yeah, it's a whole story, and I think we when we did interviews with the walkabout team as well, like that was one of the courses that we went in,
Mhm.
and had a look at and went deep dive into that a little bit. So yeah, I think Kyoto Valley, I would definitely say is my favorite. But I honestly really like a lot of the newer ones that they've put out, like the Tiki Akoka, right? That's one of them, or the one with the Greek gods and
Mount
the
Olympus.
Mount Olympus. Yeah, the movie one, the one was on the film set, the Hollywood
Hollywood.
one. It's just called Hollywood, right? Those like new ones are really cool. I think they're really pushing themselves. But yeah, Kyoto Valley, I think, is my number one gun to the head kind of thing.
Well, Dan, before we get into mine, just want to shout out Jenna Say Quoi is joined the
Oh,
chat.
Jenna,
Long
welcome.
time no see.
Long time no see. Thanks for joining us, Jenna. That's really sweet of you.
Dan, I think, uh, yeah, you ask me this question any given week, it might be different what my exact favorite course is right now. I think I'm gonna say Tiki Coco
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I love the idea of that course. Is it's kind of gives you like the whole lore of every single course because you can find like mysteries to every not maybe not every single course, but some of the courses where it's like, oh,
and the
this is
skeletons.
this is all built in here. It was really cool. Yeah. Why do you like it so much?
Well, it's a fun one to golf, and it's a beautiful course, and it tells a story, the story of Walkabout, Dan,
That's
and
true.
that's pretty cool. Uh,
Yeah.
and I was trying to think. I wanted to say original Gothic because I do love it. It it will always be in my heart. But some of those holes, I really do not like golfing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. Original Gothic is a classic too. A lot of people love that one. Sweet. Let's keep going. I mean, Noble Squash, you said most memorable hole, most memorable individual hole like ever. Um, my gosh, my gosh, most memorable hole. You know what? I I
Chicken
think
butt.
I think that I think 18th, the 18th on the tourist trap, I think is really memorable because it teaches you that you can go the normal way, but you can also go backwards and just go for it and try it. And yeah, I that's probably maybe
It's a
not the
good one.
most memorable hole, but it's the first one that comes into mind that I think is a really, really cool hole
Yeah.
to play.
It's funny you say that because I feel like the most memorable individual hole for me is also on Tourist Trap, but it's hole number one, and it's just the most simple hole where you just hit it straight forward, and it's meant to be like the first hole you played when you had that game, and
Yeah,
just that's what gets you in, and you're like, oh shit, this is walkabout,
yeah.
this is how you mini golf. But Dan, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's keep. Oh wait, hold on. So the episode I was alluding to, which I found really, really funny, was actually way back 3 years ago. LTO 51, which is becoming the CEO of a VR company. That is my one of my favorite episodes that we did because I thought that was absolutely hilarious, and I feel like I need to go back and watch that. It's like an hour and a half, and even in the thumbnail on the YouTube we've got Mark Zuckerberg and then me and you. Like, I think I've put our heads on top of different people's faces. And then we got the Google CEO, which I don't know who's the name of. But yeah, LTO 51, go check that one out. That's a really, really old one. Um, yeah, but
It's
I'm not gonna
evergreen,
lie,
dude.
I'm just looking at it right now. I know everyone can't see this, but we look very much the same. Like, very much the
Probably a few
same.
pounds lighter.
You can't tell that, Samsung, on you can't really tell that on a cropped screen. But, yeah.
Well, Dan,
Go on.
Since we are talking walkabout here, I actually have a 1 minute clip of the first time we
Okay.
ever played walkabout, and I feel like now's the time. So in preparation for this episode, I've realized that we played walkabout on Dan's old show. His old show was called Let's Talk Oculus. It was a weekly, once a week on Fridays, 5 minute long news segment. And one of the episodes he ended with him and I playing walkabout, and I had completely forgotten about this moment until this week. And here it goes. Hopefully, this will play.
The gameplay. Here we are. I'm with my fellow subscriber and friend, Samson. Say hello. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to jump into this new round, this new setting that Walkabout have put in. We're going to play a few holes here. Full disclosure, Samson's already played this round, so he's already got the practice, the one-up on me. I love it in multiplayer where you can just like give the other person some tips. You should have gone first. You should have gone first. I see. See, you've done this before.
So last time when I played,
yeah.
I did the exact shot you did.
Nice. Okay. So I'm sporting the Great Britain ball since I'm from there. Samson, what ball are you sporting?
It's kind of like blue marble-y ball.
Nice.
It's one of my favorites.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
How was that?
That was cringe.
That was
But it
good.
was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. I mean, first of all, the video worked, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's funny because like I'm filming it in a way that I'm listening to you talking and such, but I never put your like audio track on top or anything.
Yeah, you can still
Really.
hear me though. You can still hear me. Like, okay. Um, we might have lost Dan. He'll be back, I presume. For now, I guess I'll just keep entertaining you. Um, here's what I'm gonna do. I've got a about 2 minute long top 10 from our episode 50 queued up here. And I'm going to play that while I try to figure out how to get Dan back. So, my first one off the bat is a PC VR title called Edge of Nowhere.
It's actually not a game. It's Tribe XR. It's Tribe.
Another PC VR title, Lone Echo.
Quite high on your list. Is Synth Riders. That's mine.
Go with Rec Room. Now, admittedly,
number 8 for me is Thrill of the Fight.
Kayak Hold on, let me
Kayak.
pull up.
Coming out soon, and that's Red Matter.
Deism.
Number 6, I would say, is Chess Club for me. Chess Club.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey.
VR chat.
Number 5 for me is, once again, not a game. It's Supernatural.
And you can also play this one 2D if you so desire, and that is Flight Simulator.
All right, number 4 for me is Pistol Whip. In proper order here. Yeah, what is your number 3?
Thrice. We got Demium, because does it get better than a 2 to 3 hour board game with?
My number 3 is Saints and Sinners. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Walkabout.
My number 2 is Walkabout too.
Yeah.
Number 1, Walkabout. To be honest.
Up there. It is Synth Riders. It's a great workout, custom song support. It's one of my most played titles.
It's Medal of Honor. My number 1's Medal of Honor.
Wow.
All right, that was pretty cool.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. I can't see you though.
Yeah, I can't see me either.
Oh yeah, I can see you now.
All
Look at your
right.
layout. Yeah. By the way, I think your name is Daniel in the chat. I
That's
don't know
funny.
why. My for some reason
Is our
my
layout okay now?
yeah. My thing froze and I had to come back in. But yeah, yeah, look good.
Okay, good.
I
Because
can
I
see you.
see 3 screens now. I see 2 Dans, but
Oh,
I can
okay.
make it work. I can make it work. It's fine.
Dave says it's fixed. It's fixed. Let's keep going before our internet destroy like self
Yeah,
destructs.
it's Dan, it's a good thing I had a clip, that was about 2 minutes long queued up. That was no I'd have no more clips though, so please don't leave again. All right?
Try not to.
Um, all right,
Oh,
moving
live
right
streams.
along. This one comes from TPZ, which is what kinds of changes would you like to see in the VR space in the next 10 years?
Oh, what kind of changes would you like to see in the VR space in the next 10 years? Um, I would like to see I would like to see more competition. And I say that with with obviously Meta has their Quest, but there's not really any competition to that. We have the Pico headset, but it doesn't seem like it's competition because I don't think you can get that in the US, right? And it
It's yeah, I don't think so.
right, exactly. So, and also the Steam frame that's going to come out is competition on paper in terms of what it is, but the price is not going to be competition, right, at all. At least we
Not at
don't
all.
think so. Who's to say? I thought the Steam frame will know by the time I leave the podcast, but alas, we still don't know.
Now, well,
Um,
it'll be a reason to get you back, Dan.
Exactly. No, I would say it feels like they just focus on how's the best they can extract money from you, and that's where they want to go through Horizon Worlds and all that kind of stuff. And now they've dropped that really quickly. They've dropped the games really quickly. You know, and they change course so quickly. Meta, it's just such a weird company when you really think about it. And obviously with PSVR two, um, it's amazing that PlayStation actually came out with a second VR headset, which means they believed in it. But when it came out, they didn't really put anything behind it, right? They did at the very start, but obviously there's still lots of games coming out in PSVR too. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like when the PS Vita came out, they kind of eventually just stopped doing their own content on it, which kind of really weird. So I really wish that there was a more competition, and then we have companies who are actually like enthusiastic about it and really have the gamers in mind. Now, who's to say that's going to happen? But one country,
Yeah. You can hope. You can hope, Dan.
yeah, one can dream.
Um, do you want my answer? I don't.
Yeah, if you have an answer, if not, then don't worry about it.
I mean, 10 years is too far. I think for me to look ahead in
Yeah, you
anything.
don't like looking ahead 2 years, let alone
Yeah,
5 to 10 years.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, in 10 years, what? I'll be on like episode 1500 or only 1000. I don't know. I'm not good at math either.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I just want to see it keep progressing. These micro OLED lenses. I'd love things just slowly getting better and
Mm,
cheaper, and
mm.
we'll get there, Dan.
We will
We'll
get
get
there
there.
for sure. For sure, we'll get there. It's just the world changes very quickly, right? So we'll get there. I think. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I went to go buy an SSD hard drive for my PlayStation 2, and
Yeah.
Toledo, they are expensive, and I'm not going to do that now.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
boy.
moving right along, Dan.
Yeah.
This one's from Joey.
Hmm.
Um,
Thanks,
what
Joey.
made you what made you decide to leave the podcast?
Yeah, yeah, kind of loaded question. I guess most people are also thinking about that itself. Before we do that, actually, Pow Pow just put in the chat. Got dinner with the fam, so got to head out early. Just want to say thank you, Dan, for all the great times you made long car trips much more bearable. Good luck with your future endeavors. Thanks, Pow Pow. Um, Obviously, I'm sure you're going to listen to the rest of the podcast when you come back. But thanks for stopping by. What made me
He
decide
should
to? Oh, go on.
he should keep like an AirPod in during dinner or something.
Exactly. What kind of fan is that? Just unbelievable. Now I know your real name, Brian. You know. um, no. What made me decide to leave the podcast? I just felt honestly that I think I was just ready to let it go. I thought about it last year, like last Christmas, when I was last year, like 2024, like way back over
Last
there.
Christmas.
And I think we briefly mentioned it, but I was like, you know what, I'm okay. I don't really want to leave the podcast right now. I think it was around episode 200, and I now realize that the logo in the top of this live stream just still says 200. We didn't update it to 250, but never mind. That's just the what we do here at the pod. But I think once again now revisiting again this Christmas, I think also like Christmas is because we pre-record a few podcasts, so I always have like a bit of a break um, with the podcast. And after that Christmas time, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm ready to kind of let it go. Like I think it's come to a point now where I've had a great time. I've enjoyed it. I've, to be honest, done it longer than I thought I was ever going to do it. But and I'm so happy that it's not ending as well. That made me feel so much happier because there's so many dedicated people on this show. Obviously, Samson as well is obviously one half of the show. So having this continue makes me feel better that it's not just me like leaving and then the whole ship just disappears. Like that's it, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just honestly what made me decide was just that I just felt ready. Just at some point, I was like, you know what, it's time to let this one go and like maybe do other creative endeavors and such. And we'll talk about that. I know there's questions about that as well. So yeah, it was more just a feeling, just like you know what, I'm ready to go. Whilst I never wanted to get the podcast to every week. I was not looking forward to doing the podcast. I felt like it was like um a burden on me. I'm like, oh, Sunday I'm gonna have to prepare, and then Monday we record, or Tuesday we record, then I have to edit. I never wanted to get to that stage, so I wanted to quit whilst we were still in a good place. And I think 250 was perfect. Like I made this decision for sure. I think when I came back from PAX to see you, Samson, I think that's when I like cemented like, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave. But that was back in March, right? So now it's August. So I'm glad that we've had this whole big run up and we've done it to 250, for sure. Noble Squashy says you're gonna love grass, Dan. I can't wait for you to try it.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
that's
we all love
awesome.
grass?
Oh, we have Toaster Face Games in the chat coming all the way from Australia. Thank you so much for joining on this live stream as well. And I hope the game is going really well. I know Samson, who loves his biking.
It's
Um,
true. It's been a while though. Oh, it's
yeah,
been a
you need to get
while.
back on that bike. You need to get
Yeah.
on, not with the newest updates and all that, but yeah. So that is why I decided to leave. Samson, I think we still have more questions, right? But
We do. But first, TPZ says we can buy merch, and yes, we've had LTO merch. I forget the website, Dan, but I'm pretty
I think it's
certain it.
down. No, no, no. I think our merch is down. I don't know. We
Oh,
you can check in the description, but I could be wrong. I think I closed the merch down.
gotcha.
The posters are still available. So the posters behind me, as you can see, we've got the original one at 100, and then just to the side of it, that's the 200 episode poster, which you can't really see properly. Those you can, I just let them, I just gave you the like proper files in the Google Drive in the description of every show. So feel free to get the Google Drive files, go print them out at your local print shop or something like that, and have them. But if you are interested in merch again, if you want me to reopen the store and such, I can. It was just that store that
We could
we were
look into it.
using was a bit shite, to be honest, to use one of my
Yeah, it
terms.
was like
Um,
spring something.
yeah, I think Dave bought something from there and it just did not come for like so long. Like they were having issues, and I think that's why I shut it down. So yeah, Jenna still has a mug. That's cool. I'm pretty sure I sent Jenna a mug actually. Because of like some walkabout competition or something like that. But or maybe it was a Patreon thing. I can't remember, but I remember sending the mug to Jenna. Welcome, Void. I can see you in here as well. TPZ says I'll just make my own LTO
I was
shirt.
gonna say we
Yeah.
do have the files we could send
Yeah, we
anybody.
can just give you the
That
files that we had and just make your own shirt. That would be so much more affordable, cheaper, and better for you than
um,
going through this third
but
party.
moving right along, Dan,
Hmm.
because if you haven't had enough cringe yet, have I got something for you because here is episode 1.
What's up, guys? What's up, Oculus nerds? It's what's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome to what's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan. What's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan. Hi. What's up, Oculus nerds? What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back. What's up, Oculus nerds? What's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan from Playtest. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back. Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus. Back to Let's Talk Oculus episode 1. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to. 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 What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's. Oh my gosh.
That was pretty good.
That was. I thought at one point I was like, I'm losing my mind here. But I didn't realize that I had said that phrase so early on. I thought that was much later on, but obviously I must have said it very, very early on and just kept that going. One thing I'm very happy with after watching that, I was just looking at myself, Samson, so I can't copy. I can't like speak for you here, but I'm glad that my hairline has not changed. It was receding and it stopped. It seems like it stopped because it doesn't seem like it's gone any further in 5 years. So I think that's what I'm very happy with more than anything.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think mine's gone down, but
Yeah, you're okay. You're doing just fine. But yes, that was cringe, but that was fun to see. I didn't know you did that one.
yeah, that one was that was pretty crazy. 5 years of Hello August Nerds. I think it was
Oh,
episode 17 or so.
yeah.
And you have changed it over the years, over the episodes every here and there. You did say Hello Oculus guys twice, and
Mm.
uh and I think a couple other ones. I forget. But
Yeah, I think also Jenna puts as Jenna, Jenna put in the chat and some rubbish ones as well. I think I used to say that you can listen to this podcast on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. I think I used to say that all the time
yeah.
at the start. And what else is on this chat list here as well? Noble Squashy says you had so many guests, or shall I say it in his name? Yao had so much. I can't say it. Yao had so much new guests earlier on. I know I can't even read it because I just can't say Yao properly. Y'all really had so many guests earlier on. I had no idea. Yeah, we tried different things. I think there was a point where we did a lot of guests as well. And or we and also we try to do like a guest every other week as well.
Yeah.
We tried different things, but honestly, it was from your feedback. I don't remember exactly who the folks were, but I remember it was from your feedback that was just like the guests are cool, but we would really like the standard show with just me and Samson. So we ended up we had the guest on now and again if there was something that came up or we really wanted someone on. But honestly, we ended up just going a different direction and just going, you know what, let's forget the guests and just do a show for just us two because that's what seems like everyone likes the most.
Yeah,
Um,
and
so yeah.
sometimes it was tough on those guests for their mics would be not great, and we would be stuck with an episode that
Yeah.
just had really shitty audio, and that was no bueno. And
Yeah.
Noble Squashy says this is on par with Samson's Scottish accent. It's y'all.
Yow. Yow. I
Why,
can't say it.
why can't you do
Yow.
that, dude? Oh
I
my
can't
god,
say it.
that's
It's not.
crazy.
It's just not it. It's just not in this throat at all. And also DMAX says he wants a shirt with just saying and some rubbish ones as well. Great conversation starter. You know what,
It's
DMAX?
true.
You should make that shirt. I would pay you for that shirt. All right, Sam. So let's
So
keep going. We
yeah,
have more questions, right?
let's keep rolling because we don't want to keep our special guests waiting too long. So we've got a question here that kind of comes from Future Proof and DMAX, and I've mashed them together. And that is, take us back. How did you and I actually end up in a call together in the first place?
Yeah, I think honestly, Samsung was my biggest fan when it came to doing the YouTube channel, or one of the earliest ones. And we just sent. I remember sending you a message through Reddit for some reason, but like I don't know if that's fully true, but I feel
Reddit,
like
Reddit, in your YouTube comments,
yeah, exactly.
and then
And
Patreon.
well, obviously, I actually didn't. So I'm really glad that you found those clips because I didn't realize that we did a walkabout playthrough together way before like even deciding the podcast. So I guess we already kind of met a little way virtually through there. And then yeah, when we the first Oculus gaming showcase, which was back in 2021, I said to Samson, would it be cool if you did like a video with me that will go through predictions? And we got all the different creators doing those predictions as well.
Wild.
And it was like ended up being almost a 2 hour show. And it was really fun to do. And that this was back in like April 2021. And then, afterwards we just like, should we do this? Should we just try doing a podcast? Because that was really fun to do. I didn't think we started a podcast for like 2 months later or something like that, or maybe a month later. Like it wasn't like immediately, but yeah, and then that's it. And then we did the podcast from then on, and it
Took
was
form.
we've told this story many times, but what we used to do because we had no idea what we were doing. I had like a proper camera set up in my room, and it was on a tripod, and it was balancing on my windowsill to get the right angle to be able to see me, and it would record locally, and then Samson would record on his end with his camera, and then we'd be on Zoom also talking, which would be capturing just so we can talk to each other essentially. And then Samson would send me his video file and audio file. And I actually know I get the audio from Zoom, but Samson will send his video file, which will take like 2, 3 hours for you to
It just be
upload to
overnight.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take so long to upload it to me. And then I finally get it. Then I'll like have to stitch it all together and organize it. And it was honestly so brutally difficult. And I'm like, I don't know how we survived those times. Surely we got to episode 10 and was like, this is not worth it. This is absolutely not worth it. And then long story short, now what we do, we use a platform called Riverside, who that's been pretty good, to be honest. And that's what you're watching this live stream on too. Like you're watching it through Riverside. No sponsorship there or anything, but their platform for podcasting has been amazing to do. So
It's
if you're
pretty
ever
cool.
interested in creating a podcast, do it through Riverside. To be honest,
Dan, I
yeah.
can even do things like this. So, it's
Just
pretty cool.
random things. Yeah, you could do all sorts as well. So, and also I think you can now edit through Riverside. So yeah, long story short, we finally found a way that works way better. We also used to pay to host our podcast too. I remember it used to be $200 a year to host our podcast. And eventually, once again, like after just trial and error, we changed podcast hosts, and then eventually I found that Spotify does it for free. And so now
God
we
bless them.
host it on Spotify and it's free. The only thing we pay for really is Riverside, and if any equipment gets broken. But yeah, it's very and thanks to the patrons for supporting us because they you pay for our Riverside membership. To be honest, with the patrons, so thank you so much. But yeah, that is what happened.
Well, Dan, I've got a follow up, and
Mm.
that is, what were you both bad at?
Oh,
And
what in terms of
well,
the podcast?
yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, you can tell me other things you're bad at too.
What was I both? What we were both bad at? I think we were bad at different things, to be honest. I think I was. I don't know what I was bad at. I feel like I need Samson you to tell me what I was bad at, and I can tell you you were bad at early on.
Um,
I think
well,
we were both
I
bad at
know
like
one of my.
pausing and such, like letting people talk. I remember when we had guests, we
Oh, I'm
were
real bad
really
at
bad
that.
at. Yeah, well, we were bad at just also just yeah, exactly. We would talk, not talk over the guest, but once the guest stops talking, we we're not in the same room or anything. So I would maybe say the next thing to stop the dead air, and or Samson would then also chime in, and would just talk at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, back to you, Samson.
Yeah, I one of my friends told me I was particularly bad at looking at the camera. So apparently that was one of my things. But I told him most people don't watch the podcast anyway, so you know,
Yeah,
there's
I was
that.
gonna say, I was like, I don't think I look at the camera at all because my camera's so high compared to the monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when did it stop feeling like a project, and when did co-host become friend? Ah,
Oh, oh man, I need to jump back in, Samson. My internet is broken again, so give me 1 second.
well, when did it stop feeling like a project for me? Well, since Dan did all the editing up front, it never really felt like a project to me. I just played my games and then talked about that with Dan. And that was pretty much it. And we have not answered favorite guest yet. I believe that comes later on. So you're going to have to keep watching, Jenna. Sorry. Um, let's see what is next. When did co host become friend? Well, I don't remember exactly when it was that Dan visited me for the first time in Boston, but uh, that was probably the first time where I was like, "Shit, this guy's a buddy of mine now." I've now driven all the way to Boston, and he's traveled all the way to Boston, not to see me, but I was a part of the trip ultimately. So
Yeah. I obviously I just jumped out there, but I know what you said. Um, I would honestly say, yeah, seeing you in person the first time was definitely a good side where it changed a little bit from just co-host and such. But I honestly said I would say like the main one. It was a year later when I came and stayed at your house for PAX. I think that was like a really bonding moment. Even though we speak to each other every single day and obviously every single week properly through this podcast. I think it
especially this
just
last week.
yeah, I think it was, it's when you're doing this podcast, obviously, you have to have some sort of chemistry and such. So it never felt like, oh, I'm gonna go see Samson in Boston and it's gonna be weird. Like I never felt like that because obviously, we've been at that point, I think it's been 2 years or a year and a half, right? But yeah, I think when I stayed at your house and obviously Noble Squashy, Josh was there as well, and we obviously went to PAX and had like a really good time and kind of bonded and such. And I think that was cause that's different, right? Like I'm now living with you 24/7 for like 3 days, 4 days. Like that's intense, and it went smoothly and it was absolutely fine. And I'd say that's definitely a big moment. And yes, even though I'm leaving, as I said to you when I first announced, like even though if I'm leaving the pod, it doesn't mean that me and Samson's friendship's over or anything like that. And I'm going to bring him to the West Coast for PAX West one day.
One day, it's a tough
One day.
time, Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
moving right along. Uh,
Mhm.
Dan, this show is called Let's Talk Oculus, and Oculus died a few years ago.
Yeah.
We've outlived our own title. Do you think we should have renamed it?
No. 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 I like honestly the letters LTO. I just enjoy LTO. So yeah, no, absolutely not. Keep it how it is.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like as close as I got to wanting to change it was from Let's Talk Oculus to just the acronym LTO.
Yeah.
But never ended up going that route. But that question came from some guy named Mike.
Whoever he is.
Yeah,
Whoever it is.
I mean that's what they typed. They literally typed some guy named Mike. So
Yeah. Exactly.
who knows? Dan, what's one of your favorite stories from one of our PAX Easts? Oh, Dan has gone bye, so I'll tell one of his favorite stories from PAX East. Uh, well, Dan really had a good time playing Crash Team Racing with me and Squashy. Um, he enjoyed it so much, except that he kept losing.
I don't
All
know what
right,
you said, but my gosh, this my internet's really struggling with this.
it's okay.
My what did you ask me? Sorry, what was the
Uh, what's your favorite moment from one of the PAX Easts? It's a tough thing to ask. Easts.
Honestly, my favorite moment was playing Towerfall because I hadn't
It
played
was
that
close.
game for so long, but I playing it. I've never played it with like all four people, and it was so much fun and so addictive to play. And yes, apologies to everyone that I keep leaving. I don't know what's happening with my Canadian internet.
It's
Right?
okay.
What can we do? What can we do? So
Dan, while you were cut out, I tried to guess what your favorite moment was, and
yeah.
I guessed Crash Team Racing,
Oh, it's
and,
close.
and I was close. Honestly, if I had even thought of
It was the
Towerfall, I
next
would have guessed
game.
it. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, it was the next game. But yeah, I would say there's a lot of great moments from PAX, honestly. But yeah, if I was to name one, that was just really fun. Just a really fun time. It was just fun being a goofy kid is what it felt like. Like you don't couch co-op is so non-existent nowadays. Especially with a bunch of like friends, right? And it was just so much fun to just go back to that time. It felt like we were in the like Xbox 360, PS2 kind of like that kind of vibes, right? That's what it
dude,
felt like.
it felt like a sleepover from 2001, and that
Yeah,
is now what my basement feels like, and I love it. I
yeah,
love every minute of it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
We'll keep doing it for sure. We'll keep doing it when we can.
um, well, Dan, should we move along to maybe a few special little, little news stories from the past?
News stories. Tell me more. What kind of news stories?
Well, you see, we've got a little selection here of news stories that we've covered.
Someone else has joined. Someone else has
Whoa,
joined the live
There
stream.
we go. Okay.
Someone else has joined. Who are you? Who's this imposter?
I'm
we
some guy
got
named
him.
Mike. Some guy named Mike.
I knew it was you.
I'm a hacker. I'm a hacker. I've hacked into my into the studio now.
Oh,
I knew it
welcome.
was you.
Uh,
Well, welcome, Mike. How you
uh,
doing?
I'm good. I just speed ran Demio Battle Marked so I could make sure I was here on time.
Mike, you're
On
early,
my
so
live
you
stream.
made it. I hope you won.
Yeah, I won. I have like 500 hours in Demio across all three of those games. So for Battle Marked, I took my strongest party and did the hardest difficulty just to see if it was a challenge. It wasn't. I won in like an hour 20 minutes.
God damn.
Ran the whole all three floors of the dungeon.
What
So
level are your
that's
is
me.
your
You know,
party?
all three 19 is the highest you can get. They're all 19 in Battle Marked. So
Very
Well,
cool. Well,
welcome.
welcome, Mike.
anyway, thank you, thank you. So Dan, how you feeling?
We're feeling all right.
Good.
Going into this podcast, I was a little nervous. There's been a lot of nice messages, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm feeling all right. It's very much we're going down memory lane. Samson has a lot of clips that I didn't realize he had. I know he shot me a few of them, but he's been playing a lot of cringeworthy clips from the past. But it was
Like,
very cool. But yeah, it's we're still going through questions. We've got like
Okay.
7 more, I think, Samson?
yeah.
A few more?
We've got a good chunk left. In fact, I'm gonna speed run this next bit a bit
Let's do it.
because it's just a couple news stories we've been in the room for. We've talked about on the podcast, and now,
Question:
yeah, what you got?
can someone pause my uploading because
I
everyone's saying my camera's blurry?
can
Mm,
try.
So if you pause my uploading, that should clear it up. My internet's ass.
Done
So
it. I've done it.
there we go.
you've done it. All right, so I
That's
shouldn't also do it because I would probably
no.
unpause it.
Wait, wait, I should
Yeah.
do that because then maybe that should be messing mine up as
Actually, I'm
well.
sorry. I realized I just said a curse word, and we had a whole discussion about what constitutes a curse on this channel. So, um, it
No,
is
no,
not
no.
Um,
good.
We've already yeah, it's okay. I've already said shite, and I think Samson said the real word.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
shite is the real word just for you Brits. All right.
yeah.
Anyway, all right. Here you go, Dan. What do you have to say about the Quest Pro at $1,500?
What have I got like now? What do I say now?
What do you got to say about it, Dan?
Oh,
We
I was like, that was probably the biggest mistake I made in terms of purchase, but at least I got to return it, so it was okay. Some
I
people
forgot you
like
bought
came
one.
Kim could not return it, so I
Sorry,
feel
Kim.
bad for her. It was honestly, I loved getting it because it was felt so premium. It had the dark, the controllers were weighty. It was so nice, but at the same time, I was like, this is not worth $1,500 at all. And it really just felt like this is just a quest with a nicer shell. A quest 2 with a nicer shell. Obviously, it had the face tracking too, but there's not many games that, or not many experiences that I personally would take advantage of that. So yeah, it was nice to have for a little bit. I played a lot of Medal of Honor in it, I remember, but yeah, it was one of those things that because you bought it, you were trying so hard to justify that purchase and how much you spent on it. And when now I was able to return it, and Amazon did send me an email, an angry email saying that I returned it used, and they knew it was used and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you have enough money. It's going to be fine. But yeah, it after I returned it, I was like, yeah, that it's just not worth it. And Meta knows it's not worth it. They cut the price out immediately, and then now it just disappeared. So you know,
Well, I like it, Dan. Those are some good comments.
yeah, for sure.
Mike, I'm going to skip past your comments about the Quest Pro 1500. Um, to move along to one more, Dan,
Yeah.
what do you have to say about all of our walkabout interviews? We've had Lucas Martell, we've had Edward,
Mhm.
we've had Jeff Bull Jr.,
Yeah.
and I think
David.
that's all. Oh, David. Ah, no, I screwed up.
David
Um,
came on with Lucas, right? No, David came on with Ed, and Lucas was separate. Sorry. I loved every time play. I think the first one with Ed was so surreal because we loved Walkabout so much, and having them on the show, and also going through with Ed, we did the show within VR, like we did it in 80,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That one, have I got that
mhm.
right? Yeah, yeah, we did it under that one, and then I think we moved to different ones, different courses whilst we did the show, and it was just very fun to do. Like we kind of just nerded out, to be honest, and it was really nice to be like the last podcast we did with Walkabout was with Lucas because we were finally be able to just tell him how grateful we were of
True.
this game more than anything. But yeah, I loved our Walkabout mini golf interviews because Walkabout mini golf is awesome, and I would say it's the number one VR game that I've ever played, I would say, to be honest.
Amen. Amen. All right, moving right along because we are running an hour behind. Um, this one,
Classic.
this one comes from some guy named Live Open Mike. Who
Oh,
is your bucket list interview in gaming, in or out of VR?
Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog. I really love the Uncharted series and the Last of Us series, and I'd love to just pick his brain on his like creative ideas and directions for especially more The Last of Us than Uncharted. So I think him more than anything. I'd love to. I think he sounds like a nice guy every time I watch his interviews and such. But yeah, that would be my bucket list interview, I think. But I'm sure there's a lot of VR people that would be cool to interview. One other thing, I'd love to interview Zuckerberg and be like, what on earth is happening? Like this last 5 years has been so like it's funny because we've been doing this podcast, so we've been following the meta journey in VR, and Meta as a company is so topsy turvy in what they do and their decisions, and Google has been always the same as well, where they'll cut things very quickly and change courses very quickly and really leave early adopters in the dirt very quickly. And I just want to see like what is the actual vision? Like what are you actually intending with the VR sense now? Or are we just like this is now on the side because we got a hit with the glasses. Let's just go all in on the glasses. It's yeah. Obviously that's never gonna happen, but that would be fun too. To just be it or like you're allowed to ask every question because I know with these kind of people, there's always like disclaimers where you can only ask certain things, right? Or they need to review the script beforehand. But
Yeah,
let's say just a completely unscripted chat for like 15 minutes. That's all I need. 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Moving right along. This one comes from DMAX. Give us a secret that none of us know about Samson that won't land me in jail.
A secret. A secret that no one else knows. Can we come back to that one? I really need to think about.
Sure.
I've not. I This is one question that I should have maybe pre thought of, but no, I don't know right now. But let me think about one. Um,
Yes, this one comes from Dan is the man. What did the other person do that drove you crazy at first, but became one of your favorite parts of the show?
uh, re- I'll be lying if I said the accents because that still drives me crazy. But the I would say stuff like when you do Samson, you do goofy stuff like say housekeeping in the really high voice and such. I was like, what is he doing? But then I'm like, you know, it's fine. It's not a problem. It's not like a big deal. The British accent is just atrocious, to be honest. And uh don't do that again. Even though you already did that this at the start
You
of the
don't
show.
want some tea, crumpet?
Oh, by the way, Mike, I'm not sure if you know this, but actually you wouldn't know this. And I'm not sure if we announced it, if we said this to anyone who's listening, but Samson's wearing my T-shirt. I left that T-shirt a year and a half ago at his house, and the
That's
I
thing is,
know.
awesome.
the thing
I
is,
know.
the
That's
thing
awesome.
the thing is, I left that T-shirt at his house, and it was one of my favorite T-shirts. And he said, "Oh, don't worry. Next time you come to PAX, there'll be one less T-shirt you need to pack." And I was like, "Okay, great." A year later, I asked him, "Do you have the T-shirt?" And he was like,
Mhm.
"What T-shirt?" I have no idea. And then he's been wearing it,
Samson.
and he didn't realize. And look,
I
Samson, you've ruined it. I could see the Brooklyn that's
Oh
starting to
yeah.
fade from the washers.
Yeah, I put everything high on the dryer. Get that shit out of here.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, what had happened was I put it in a really safe place. And that safe place then got sorted through, and
It's now your T-shirt,
then
I
it
guess.
ended up in the laundry, and here we are. Here we are. It fits me pretty good though. It fits me pretty good.
Yeah, that's
You
fair
know what,
enough.
Dan? I will pay to replace that T-shirt.
I appreciate
You
it.
know, I will find. I will pay to replace it as a
I
parting
Maybe
appreciate it.
that's
gift.
the secret that nobody knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the Jackie Robinson Museum in New York, let me know. That's where you can
I'm
get
going to
it.
New York in the fall, so I'll make sure I go. And I'll get it for you. We'll
There
work
you
it out.
go. There you go.
Uh,
I'm
Dan.
supposed to go in October for a friend.
Ooh, Dan. Mike. You know, New York isn't too far from me.
Well, I have to make sure that all my shirts have like air tags on them before I visit
Correct.
you, just to make sure,
Correct.
before I'll make sure everything comes back with me.
That's
Let's talk larceny.
nice.
Oh,
Moving
that's
right
funny.
along,
Sorry,
Dan.
please continue. I know I'm
Yes,
early.
this one comes from Matt Mosher,
Mhm.
uh, and it also sort of covers a question that DMAX had. Sorry, another combo. What was your favorite episode or moment during the last 250?
Yeah, I think we had similar question at the start of the show. LTO 51 is always going to be one of my favorite ones. Mike, for you because you joined after. We became CEOs at Meta essentially, and we decided what the next direction's going to be and the next headset's going to look like. And it was just all hilarious because what we were envisioning was something that was never going to happen, and we came out with drawings and everything about it. So that's LTO 51. It's definitely the one that stands out the most. But I really like those kind of episodes that we did. To give you one that's more
Weird
like
shit.
early, like last year we did, I think it was like episode 205, or it was like the early 200s, and we created our own VR game. And that was really fun to do. So we came up with the whole like story or like the game mechanics and all that kind of stuff, and that was a fun one. So I would say that one sticks out for sure. I like those episodes that we do that are
Yeah,
just
I
like
remember
all
that one.
about a specific part. Yeah, exactly.
That actually kind of answered TPZ's question of what is a fond memory you have. So, uh,
Yeah.
thanks for asking that one. Also, TPZ. Next one comes from Joel, and also sort of Dave. Dan, how often can we expect you to come back? Don't be a stranger.
That all depends on Samson. He's the host now. He's the main person. He's the controller. So it all depends on
I will
Samson.
kick him out next week. I got no plans.
Oh, actually, Glad
we're
you
off
brought
next
that
week.
up, Mike. We're off next week on a little
I
break.
joined and all of a sudden there's a week off. I mean,
Yeah, not
geez.
had a week off for a year and a half.
Mhm.
Actually, Mike, in doing the research for this episode of 250, I realized how many times we have taken weeks off. Where I was like, "Screw it, we're taking a week off now."
It's been a long
Mhm.
time, to be fair, but yeah, no, I will come on whenever Samson or Mike wants me on, and but I did say to Samson last week, I said if you ever do a podcast about Assassin's Creed Nexus, I really want to come join that one because
Done.
I'd love an excuse to play that game again
Yeah,
and talk about it.
we'll have to get you on one of our, our rewind retrospective episodes that I always forget the name of about that one.
You know what?
Has
I
it
won't
been
even
that
say it.
many years now? Has
It's
it
been
been that
5
many
years.
years now that Nexus is wow.
Well, actually, no. 5 years was when it was announced. I think it's been 3 years since it came out because it came out when the Quest 3 came
Yeah.
out, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, about a
So
year probably. It could
Yeah,
be.
2023.
I think that's old enough.
God, it'll be 3 years old. It'll be 3 years old this year. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Feels like the
I'm
game
I'm
just
so
came out.
happy that the
Sorry.
game did come out though, because the game was so
Mhm.
dead in the water, but like it actually came out, which is amazing. So
Dan, I'm supposed to
yes,
cut this one if we're running over, but I don't want to. So, AI Dan finally exists. He's trained on every LTO episode. Dan, what is the one phrase, take, or obsession the model loops on?
I think you just got to say what's up, Oculus nerds. Like that's what I say all the time. So you should just say that
And
one. I would say
such.
that's and such. I say it and such a lot. I
Mhm.
think
Mhm.
my ums are not the best as well. Like Samsung ran all of our podcast episodes in AI recently with Claude,
Mhm.
and with the Sam put some dollars behind it as well. But yeah, I realized that I didn't realize that I say as such a lot, and I think there's another word that it said I say a lot, and I was like, oh my gosh, you just don't realize,
No.
But anywho, never mind. Everyone's got
Mhm.
their own mannerisms and such, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, and maybe we don't need to have that in my AI model, Samsung.
I don't think it would be authentic if it weren't there though. Like it
That's
wouldn't
fair
feel
enough.
like you.
It's true.
That's that's fair enough.
All right, Dan, we've got lightning round. Are you ready?
Yes, go for it.
All right. First VR game you'd show a non gamer.
Walkabout mini golf.
Mike?
Beat Saber.
I also say walkabout mini golf, but Dan took it from me.
I only wouldn't say that because there's motion. That's the only reason I wouldn't pick that game.
It's
Mm.
fair. It's fair. I just tell them to close their eyes, pull the trigger, and open your eyes.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Then no motion. Um, Dan, worst motion sickness moment.
I played Riggs Mechanized Combat League on PSVR 1. It was worst motion sickness moment because it was very early for me in VR. Like I just got a PSVR 1. This is my first time in VR. I was playing other games for sure, but on the demo disc there was Riggs, which is like American football with mechs, and it,
Hmm.
it got really good reviews to be honest. But it is locked on. I think it's locked on PSVR 1. I don't think you can
It
get it
is.
anywhere else. But yeah, it made me sick straight away. Like I played like one game and I felt so I didn't even know what it was because I'd never got motion sick outside of VR before. So yeah, it's like a good hour. I think I felt so like in my head. I had to like lay down, and it was honestly being motion sick sucks. It's not a
Yeah.
good feeling. It lasted so long, and then I actually didn't play the PSVR on for like a few days because I was like stepping away. But then I just never played that game since. Like that was just. But a lot of people did love that game. It was early
I'm
PSVR
surprised you
1.
even went back to VR.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm on the I just went on the Amazon listing of this game. It's $10 Canadian, so honestly worth nothing now. But the first review says motion sickness. As much as I wanted to play the game,
Mhm.
it simply gave me motion sickness after 20 minutes. So yeah.
Mike, your worst motion sickness moment.
There's a free app on the Quest called ISS Space Shuttle. It's when you are in a space shuttle and you're in zero gravity. That was my first time in zero gravity in VR. I lost my lunch. Was not ready for
Uh,
that.
that's good. I think mine is a VR chat roller coaster where
Ooh.
I just shut
Oh
my eyes
gosh.
eventually and asked my buddy to tell me when it was over.
Yeah, that's a hard no.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
a hard no. Even I went to the theme park the other day and went on a roller coaster for the first time for like years. And even
Mhm.
then I was like, "Oh my gosh, my neck and my head."
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
not like 16 anymore or anything like that, right? Different times.
We're all getting
um,
old.
Yeah.
yeah, to say the least. Dan, what game made you look the silliest?
I mean, you ask my partner that, she'll probably say every VR game. But I think in terms of what I recorded myself on, Face Your Fears 2, I have a YouTube video on that. It's probably like my third YouTube video that I had on
Oh my
PlayStation
gosh.
VR. But I looked to see this because I went into the barn with all the spiders, and I
Mm.
was so scared. I was grabbing, like you had to grab. I can't remember what the items were, but you had to just throw them at the
They're paint
spiders and they'd
cans. I
go away.
remember that game.
That's it,
It's
right?
paint
But
cans and a hammer.
I was like tossing them without looking, so I've lost all
Mhm.
the paint cans. And when you've used all your paint cans, nothing is gone. It doesn't respawn or anything like that. So you just have to try and walk out the bar. And obviously, I had nothing to kill the spider, and it jumped in my face, and I screamed like a baby, and I threw my controller halfway across the room, and it's all on tape. Like you watch that video, it's all there. And I take my headset off, and yeah, I just need to take a breather. And the funny thing that game, I can get through everything else in that game, but the spider room
Spiders.
and the spiders come up in different sections too. But that barn is brutal.
You got through that section where you fall to the floor and the rats all swarm you? That
Yeah.
completely freaked me out. I lost my mind.
This game sounds awful.
I'll show
It's
you some
called
clips,
Face
Samson.
Fears.
Yeah, I've got you can't even buy it anymore. It's been delisted.
Mm.
It's brutal.
It's
Mike,
brutal.
what was the game that made you look the silliest?
O Shape. If you watch someone
Okay.
play O Shape, but you don't know what they're doing, you look absolutely ridiculous. So,
Facts.
my friend who I showed it to when I was doing the demo just retorted me on her phone playing O Shape. I watched it back. I was like, "Oh my god, I look like an idiot."
Yeah.
Just slowly moving yourself into peculiar shapes.
Oh no,
Very
I was
funny.
playing on the hard difficulty, so it was
Oh, so
like
you go
bop bop
fast.
bop
Yeah.
bop bop bop. It looked awful.
That was very funny.
I guess for me, it'd probably be Synth Riders when I play it out in public. I imagine.
I think anything in public, yeah,
Yeah.
anything in public.
For me, it doesn't feel silly at all, but I imagine to some sort of normal person out there, it's
Mhm.
silly because I see them slow their cars down and stare. I see them.
Mhm.
DNX
Um,
knows all about O shape as well. You just commented on that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
all right, Dan.
Yeah.
Throughout this podcast, there's been one game that's come up several times, a few times, and it's never come out. It's only come out of Zuckerberg's mouth. It's the only
Oh,
place it's come.
GTA? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, and we've got a little history of the arc of it, and it of us slowly realizing it's never coming, and here we are, a minute of us.
A minute. Oh my gosh. GTA San Andreas, where you would go to an old man's house and try and steal boxes.
Mhm.
And
Yep,
I
yep.
do think this
prediction
one's
number
about the
2 for
flat one.
me, because we talked about San Andreas, and they dropped a remaster
This
of
is
GTA
amazing.
4 and Red Dead 1.
Add on to that prediction. I don't think GTA is going to be shown. I don't think that game exists.
We didn't see GTA at this conference. Maybe they'll save it for that if it's coming.
That's where I played San Andreas and lost my innocence. So like GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City. And
Let's say that we
Maybe-
announced it without it actually happening.
After Grand Theft Auto 6 is Grand Theft Auto VR.
where he posted a comment that Meta was still working on GTA San Andreas
Then get back to work on GTA San Andreas.
as well. Still not finishing.
GTA VR might be out by then.
The San Andreas one, yeah, maybe. Nope. Dan was right. I feel like all of us were right. I think all of us knew. All of us knew.
Oh
man.
god.
I still don't even know
That's
how
so
it would
good.
work in VR that well, to be honest. But yeah, never mind. No San Andreas. Don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I still hope. I still hope after Grand Theft Auto
Can we just give a shout out that Obscure Nerd is now in the chat? Welcome, Obscure Nerd. And you just
What's
played
up?
that clip, and he was in that clip.
Yeah.
It's pretty meta.
That is crazy.
It is pretty meta. Dan, we've got a little LTO by the numbers because, as you said, I've run
That's
all
a good
of our
point, Brandon. Sorry.
I've run. Oh, you're good. You're good. I've run all our transcripts through Claude, and I now know everything we've said pretty accurately, I think. And here we go. We've got LTO by the numbers.
Oh my gosh.
Turn that music down.
Yeah, that's much better.
Jesus.
91%.
A little obsessed.
Oh my gosh. Jesus Christ.
I'm shocked that Dan talks more than Samson. Like, it always felt pretty. Other than
He does the
intro, it felt
intros.
always
He does the
evenly-
intros. So.
Yeah, I guess it just always felt evenly split to me once you two were both on.
We never fought.
I do say your name a lot.
Oculus will never drop. I'm straight up saying that now. That's never
100%.
coming out. I refuse. I will not continue to co-host if we go to Let's Talk Meta. That's not happening.
The swear off. Oh, Mike's on the show so many times.
Mentioned a lot.
Oh, that's so fitting. That's really funny. We talk about Walkabout too much. No, we don't. We say it every single episode. I think that's not enough.
Yeah, pretty much since 28 to now. We've had Walkabout 77 episodes. It's crazy.
Dave, I promise you, I love Walkabout Mini Golf. I've interviewed those devs 3 times now, and we're doing it again on Tuesday. So, yeah.
Wow, I forgot I could show things on stream. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just realized that too. But never mind.
Yeah, professional
are.
podcasters, folks.
Yeah,
We don't do live streams often.
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
do the big ones live. So Dan,
Yes.
over 450 different games we've played. More than 180 of them more than once. At least we mentioned them more than once. Pretty crazy. Do you remember any of these games that I've mentioned once? Puppet Fever,
No.
Shuttle Maze,
No.
Cybrix.
No.
This one I think we've talked about more. Airspace Defender,
I remember that one. 100%.
Arthur's Owl.
No.
That one comes from D-Max. It's a great puzzler. Bombfest.
Is that like a mixed reality one?
I think so. I don't quite remember that one, honestly.
So no, not really.
All right.
Yep.
Next we have, and Mike, you can think of this while Dan is going, because I've already thought of mine. But Dan, what are your top 5 all-time uninterrupted games in VR?
You know, it's so funny because I out of all the questions, you told me just to think about this one, and that's it. Everything else, just wing it. That's what you pretty much told me in the chat. So I did think about this, and it's funny because when I wrote it down, I was like, oh, I see a common theme here. So Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Batman Arkham Shadow, Assassin's Creed Nexus, and then Walkabout Mini Golf. Apart from Walkabout, they're all like the biggest franchises. And I'm not gonna lie though, I think to back me up on that, I think all of those games, maybe Assassin's Creed is maybe a touch below, but I think all of those games are like really, really well done as well. Like they obviously put a lot of money into those games, obviously being big franchises. But sometimes with big franchises, they don't hit the mark, right? We've probably seen it with other games actually that I haven't named there, but those games I was always so excited for, and they pretty much delivered. Even Assassin's Creed delivered for me, even though that had plenty of flaws. Just being in that world as an Assassin's Creed fan, and a lot of the like parkour slash like taking the leap of faith and some of the like hidden blade kills, some of the weapons, not normal melee combat, but some of the weapons really hit hard for me. It really hit home, and I was like, this is amazing. I was playing Assassin's Creed when I was a child, playing it on a PS3, and thinking, oh my gosh, this is a really different, unique game at the time, or maybe like what Prince of Persia did, but like on steroids in a way. And now we're in the game, and Arkham Shadow is another one. How they replicated Arkham so much, it's ridiculous how well they replicated the world. I was actually playing Arkham City the other day on my Steam Deck, and I was like, that feeling, they captured it so well in VR. It's amazing. So, and then Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, we talked about this at length last week's episode. That's such a special game in terms of what they've done, and we don't really get games like that anymore, especially when the decisions make such a big difference in the path that you take. And then Medal of Honor has always just been a favorite of mine. It's more about the gunplay. I love the reloading feeling of that. Once again, it's not a perfect game, but it's one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, and then Walkabout Mini Golf, we don't need to say any more about that. But yeah, that was my 5.
Mike, would you like to give your 5, or do you need?
Sure, I'll do that. First, I will say, Jenna, in my heart, you are the best guest. I don't know if that counts for anything. Asgard's Wrath 2 is number 1. Batman Arkham Shadow is number 2. Moss Book 2 is number 3. Asgard's Wrath 1 is number 4. And Demio is number 5. Nice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 1 through 5 are all Walkabout Mini Golf. So Dave doesn't come after me. But no, yeah. Asgard's Wrath 1 and 2, Moss Book 2, Demio, and Batman.
Very good. Very good.
Cool.
I feel like there's a few in my top 5 that'll ebb and flow throughout the years for sure. But my number 1 will always be the Synth Riders. Gonna catch me riding on that synth, baby. I didn't really do the rest in any particular order, but number 2 here we got Walkabout Mini Golf. Of course, it's grand. It's grand.
Yeah. We don't need to say much more.
Number 3 here. Well, like I said, not in any particular order, but this one's number 3. We've got Astrobot Rescue Mission. Dan, I've recently finally rolled credits and beaten the final boss, and man, what a freaking joy that one is! What a freaking joy!
I can't
believe they never ported it, but alas.
Same. Oh damn, I forgot about Wipeout. Also so good. You know what? That'll be in the. I just kept thinking in my 5 to 10. I kept being like, all right, that's in 5 to 10, but I put like 15 games in there. Anyway, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Dan, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Ooh.
Beautiful. You can just chill out and relax, go on a long ass flight with a buddy if you want to. It works beautifully on that PS5 Pro. But I used to play the old one on my PC, and I love that one too. So, and last, Mike, I cheated here because I said the Demio collection.
Wait, hold on, Samson. Not one of those was Vertigo.
That's 3 games. That's 3 games.
Yeah, I wrote Demio, and I was like, I can't just pick one. Yeah, I actually did have Vertigo 2 there instead of Astrobot, and then I just went back and forth and put Vertigo 2 in my 5 to 10.
Vertigo's right there for me. It was there until Asgard's Wrath 2 and Batman. Love that game.
Yeah, it's hard for me to pick favorites of the ones. It's like picking a favorite kid. I love you all, you know.
It is.
Chat, you're all our favorites. We can't pick a favorite. We love you all equally. Correct. Except Earth Witness, because he's never played the Moss game. He just shot down my list.
Look, Earth Witness Moss is now on flat screen as well, so you have no excuse. No excuse.
So
top 250 games.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, Squashy. Maybe another live stream. We'll bring back Dan for that one.
Yeah,
nice. Be a long live stream. Yeah, exactly.
Plus episode for one of us.
This question, we're gonna move along. Crushing this. This one comes from Live Open Mic.
Oh yeah, that guy.
It also covers something.
Like a prick.
It also covers some other questions from some guy named Mike.
Sounds like a real tool.
It's almost like he sent the same question twice, but wasn't sure he sent it. Do you all regret letting the PSVR 2 go?
I had to
Uh,
make sure I got that in. Yeah.
I don't regret it. No, I actually regret buying it like at launch. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I bought it later once the price eventually dropped. But I don't regret letting it
Mhm.
go because the reason why I let it go is the sole reason what that I had the MetaQuest 3 and the PSVR 2, which the PSVR 2 was in the living room. And at the time, I had two roommates, and being in the living room, it's kind of awkward. Like if I had my PS5 in my bedroom, then it would have been easier. But the PS5 was like all of us used it, to be honest. So it's not something I felt like I could bring in, even though it was mine. It just didn't feel like I could bring it in. So I played the Quest so much more. And there was some parts of the PSVR 2 that I didn't enjoy. Like we've already talked about, like the grip button on the controllers. We talked about that a few
Mhm.
episodes ago, Samson. And obviously, going from MetaQuest 3 to the PSVR 2, those lenses is such a big change going back and forth between the two. I know obviously there's OLED on PSVR 2, but the sweet spot is so different. It's much blurrier in terms of if you got that slightly wrong, it's such a I for some reason with all the games as well, because it's on Sony's platform, I find Sony's platform, the PlayStation, quite expensive compared to other platforms. Even the Quest does, I think, better sales in general. And I felt like I was rebuying the same games on both platforms, but in the end of the day, I always gravitated to the Quest 3. So for me, it doesn't make sense for me to have more than one headset in terms of the amount I play. And also, from looking at what's exclusive on the PSVR, I think the only two games that I'd kind of miss out on that I would really like to play is I'd like to play Synapse. I missed out on that one because I sold it before that came out, and also Midnight Walk because that never I haven't got PC VR either. So Midnight Walk's the other one. But I'm sure if I was to get the Steam frame, that's probably one of the games I'd buy first. But they're the only two. I looked on the list earlier before this show, and I was like, was there any other PSVR 2 games I was missing?
Gran
But
Turismo?
Mm.
But you don't really like
Vertigo
it.
2 actually was the other one, because Samson
Mhm.
loves it so much. I think I would enjoy it. Loving Arcanage, it kind of feels similar. I'm not sure if it is, but like it kind of gives me some sort of those vibes. But no, I don't like Gran Turismo at all.
Arcade is on
So
Quest, so you can play that now.
no, no,
Yeah.
I meant Vertigo 2. It kind of looks like
Oh,
it.
okay,
Like
gotcha,
I would
gotcha,
like
gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
Arcanage. I
yeah.
might like that kind of style,
Gotcha. Okay.
but no, no, Arcanage is great. So yeah, I don't
Um,
regret it. Don't regret it, but I do really wish it was like had more support from Sony.
Gotcha. Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all? Next question comes from Dan is the man. What were you confident about in VR back in episode 1 that 250 episodes changed your mind about? And one prediction you still stand by.
Who is Dan is the man? These questions are hard. What were you confident about in VR back in episode 1 that 250 episodes changed your mind about? Oh man, I don't know. I think maybe I was really confident. I don't know if 250 episodes have changed my mind about, but maybe I was really confident that in 5 years' time the headset would be much lighter in general. And it's not. It's much more comfortable. Don't get me wrong, and I think
Shoot.
that's the main part. It's all good, Mike. It's loading back in. But when it comes to the actual like weight of it,
Uh-oh.
I thought it'd be much lighter and such. I thought it would be much lighter headset by now, but obviously we're not there yet. So maybe another 5 years.
I tried to refresh a video broadcast and I think I just killed my camera. So professional. I'm a professional here, folks.
This
This
You're
is
is
good. You're
this is
good.
awesome.
not it's not live open mic. It's just Mike Johnson.
No, no. Yeah.
Different person here.
Very different
But the
person.
good one.
No.
Dan,
Okay, so if I
I
turn it back
think
on now.
Oh, hold
F.
on. I'm gonna mute you, Mike, whilst you're sorting that out.
I think a
Go on, Sam.
prediction. Yeah, I think a prediction we both stand by is that GTA VR is coming. You know,
Yeah,
I
we can
do.
say
I
that.
do feel like
We're
if
so
the
bad at predictions, Samson. We looked at our
oh
predictions in the past, and we were always wrong, pretty much.
yeah, pretty wrong. But I feel like a lot of our predictions we just did like things we wanted to see. You know, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, sort of a peek behind the curtain there.
Mhm.
But I feel like if the Quest 3 had been around at the time of Quest 2 taking off, like pandemic, people getting stipends, and I feel like that color pass through and just being a little bit more comfortable in those pancake lenses, I do
Yep.
feel like it would have taken off a little bit better. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I can be patient, Dan. I can be patient.
We can be patient. Yeah, we can be
Uh,
patient.
we got Mike back, so we can unmute him. Okay. You're unmuted now. And
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
You're good. You're good. No worries. This is LTO. We do it live every so often.
I mean, I've left 3 times now, so don't worry about it.
Okay, all right, cool.
Dan, this one
Yes.
comes from D-Max, Matt Mosher, and Joel. We got this next one about 5 different ways. So, what are you most looking forward to? What's your next adventure? And what's next? And so, Dan, what's next?
So I'm not like quite a creative person personally, to be honest. So I always like to do something creative. It just makes my mind tick, shall we say, because what I do is work and my day job is not super creative, to be honest. So I am currently I started a few months ago. I'm building a app. It's nothing to do with VR. It's a travel app. Me and my partner, like, we're big travelers as well. But we're building an app around travel, and I will post it in the Discord once I've built it. Still getting there. I think I'll get it done by probably the end of this year. But I'm trying to like my best to stay away from AI as much, because I don't want that to influence how the app is built. I want to kind of learn it myself. So that's what I'm actually doing right now. But honestly, I don't know if I'm actually going to commit to it, but I'm really tempted next year, after maybe all the app and such, to maybe go back to YouTube and do videos for. So I've all of a sudden, and this is all because of you, Samson. This is all your fault. When I went to your house in March. You are started to build like a bit of a retro gaming collection. And
I've done deep.
yeah, I know. I bet. I've seen some of the stuff that you've bought since March, but the cool thing for me wasn't like the what like all of the games that you had. It was these very specifics where I was like, oh my gosh, you have like Future Cop on the PS1. I used to love that as a kid. Obviously, the Crash Bandicoot games. You had this, you had that, and such. And I'm like, this is cool. This like tangible, like physical media of my childhood is really cool, because I traded all that stuff in. I was the sucker, like most people were. We didn't really have money growing up, so it was like, if you want a game, trade in your old games. If you want the new console, trade in everything else and put it towards the next console. So I don't have any of my, like, I have my GBA games are still intact. We never traded them in for some reason, so I still all have that stuff. But I have all, and I've over the last like couple of weeks, I've come up with a list of all of the like PS1 games, the Genesis games, the original Xbox games that I've really wanted to buy. And honestly, it's not that many, but because I want to just buy, instead of just collecting it, I just want to buy the ones that really like meant something to me. And I want to just kind of build that collection over the next year or so. So I'm really tempted to do, like, you know how we've been doing the revisited episodes on
That's what
Walking
they're
Dead
called.
and such. Yeah, I knew what it was called earlier, but I didn't want to say it. I was like, I'll let you just try and get that moment, but you never did. So yeah, the Walking Dead's, the Super Heart, the Lucky's Tale, the revisited episodes we've done. I've really enjoyed that, and I'd be cool to do like maybe a shorter form YouTube one just based off some of those retro games that I really love. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I will commit to that, but I like the idea of that potentially in the future for sure.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, Noble Squashy says NFL Blitz 2001 video. Honestly, I never played that game until I went to your house, because obviously I'm from the UK and NFL is not really a thing at that time. But my gosh, that was so much fun. Blitz
Dan,
is great.
I did go by a retro store last week, and I think I had Blitz 2000, and I saw that they had the first Blitz and Blitz 2001. So I completed my NFL Blitz collection there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's ready for you.
Yeah, let's go. But welcome, Amelia. I can see that you just joined the chat as well. We're still going through questions. We are way behind.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's all right. We've got time. Dan doesn't need to sleep. Mike's a night owl.
I'm just throwing this out there. Dan, it's your last episode. This thing can go 10 hours. I'm good with that.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Come on, man.
That's true. What am I doing now? I'll just go to sleep after this. So let's just keep going.
Yeah,
Well,
you know.
You know.
speaking of keep going, we've got a question from some guy named Mike.
How many times did I submit? How many times did I submit?
I thought this is just some other guy named Mike. With your newfound free time, do you think you'll finish more games? It's a quick one.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a question for
100%.
both of you. Let's be clear. That was a question for both of you.
Yeah. No, 100%. The thing is, like, when you do this podcast is we try our best to like play the latest games. Obviously, recently there's not been too much this year, but like in general sense, we'd always try and play some latest games and would buy the latest games. It's also been quite expensive too because we've been paying for a lot of games. Sometimes we've got codes, which has been nice. But yeah, I 100% will try and finish more games for sure. In flat screen and in regular VR. For sure. And I'll finally finish Windmaker, which I still haven't finished.
I feel like Mike will pressure me into probably finishing more games going
I'll just
forward.
keep prodding. There should have been a word salad for it. I didn't finish it or haven't finished it yet. Because I'm curious how many times each you said that over the course of the years.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot of times. Most of the games we talk about, we have not finished. I think it was something like 70 episodes before Dan came in and was like, I finished my first game.
Which is weird. I think that's probably the first time since we did the podcast that I actually finished a game. Because I was like, I finished Vader Immortal, like I finished Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, like I finished those games before. This was before the podcast started, so I was like, oh, okay. So I guess it all went downhill after that.
So Dan, this one comes from Future Proof, and you kind of answered one part of the question, but there's a two-parter. So, have you done anything publicly creative before this podcast, and what's your vision for future creative work? So you answered the latter part, but what did you do before the podcast?
Publicly creative, I think maybe just starting that Playtest VR YouTube channel was the only publicly creative thing. I actually tried to do a before that YouTube channel because I really wanted to do this was during COVID. Like I was like, oh, let me just get into YouTube. I was actually this is completely different. I created a channel called Bite Sized School, and it was meant to be like math videos for children. And that for some reason, I was like doing teaching at the time, and I think that's why I wanted to do that. And I actually made one video. It never got posted. I made one video, and it was all green screened, and I had like 3 different personas, and it was talking about like how to do the order of operations when it comes to math. And yeah, I still have that video somewhere on my computer. I think I dug it up like a few months ago.
How much money?
Yeah,
to see that video.
You know what, Mike? You can have it for free.
There you go. It sounds fantastic.
I'll put the link to
BTS.
it in the Discord. I'll put it in the Discord.
No, we got to paywall. Patreon only. You must pay for
Very
it.
cringe. It's like a 3-minute video, but like I try and do 2 different personas. Like one's like a nerd, and the one's like a super cool, wearing his like Chicago Bulls top kind of guy. And it was just I looked at it. I was like, no, this is too much effort, and I don't think I want to do this full time. And then the Quest 2 was coming out, and I was like, you know what? Let's just do Quest 2 videos.
Yeah,
good pivot. We've got Noble Squashy in the chat. Says, what's the most recent flat games you finished? Do you guys have?
I just finished Halo 2 on Master Chief Collection on the Steam Deck, and
Nice.
just before that I finished Celeste, which is amazing.
Wow,
Celeste is amazing. Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, and I thought it was fabulous.
Yeah,
I'm playing my Switch 2 I've got my money's worth of my Switch 2 since I bought it.
hell yeah! I can't remember the last game I rolled credits on flat. I've been playing a lot of like not games that don't finish, like Geometry Wars or high score games. Though I have just started playing Time Crisis 1, and I got through stage 1, but holy shit, stage 2 smacked me in the face. So that one's going to take a little bit more work. I read that's like an hour to beat, but you got to be able to get through it. So
Mike's about to say something, but he doesn't want to say.
Move on. I'm good.
I just want to say I do want to shout out my partner who just finished Procopia, and I'm now
Holy crap.
realizing that I can now use the Switch again after 4 months. So I can now buy Hyrule Warriors and try it out because otherwise it was.
When Dan and I
That's
were
awesome.
talking about that, he said, "I'll my partner has Pocopia, so I'll play the Switch 2 in between." And I flatly told him, "You're not touching that Switch 2 anytime soon."
No. I thought it was gonna last until GTA
No.
comes out because I'm excited for GTA, but
Mhm.
she's way more excited than me because I'm more excited to play Ocarina of Time remake, and I really want to. That will be around at the same
Yeah,
time.
same
Oh
time.
my
So
god!
I was like, okay, that's
Can't wait.
perfect. I will take the Switch and play Ocarina, and you can take the PlayStation, play GTA. Perfect. That will work out. But it's happened earlier, folks.
Yeah.
We've 3 months earlier, so maybe I will get myself a nice Switch game, and play it.
Dan,
Yes.
this one comes from TPZ. Where's the best place to follow your future creative endeavors?
Great
Nothing yet, but I will post on Discord. I'm going to still be in the Discord. I will still be in there. I'll still be playing Walkabout on Thursdays with all of you for most of the time. So like I'm not going to go away. I'll join in the podcast when needed or when Samson invites me back and when Mike's thinks it's okay as well. But yeah,
Anytime.
with the creative endeavors, when the app goes like closer to live, I'll post it in the non-VR Discord channel just so you can all see it if you want, if you're curious. And if I ever do the YouTube channel, don't worry, you'll all know about it.
True. This one comes from DMAX. If we could promise there'd never be spiders, what would it take to bring you back to the LTO podcast?
What would it take to bring me back? Oh, it's like what game? Asgard's Wrath 2. Even the giant scorpions, they count as spiders in my eyes because they
Really?
look similar. Yeah, for some reason, those giant
Okay.
scorpions really threw me off. I think I was
they're
fine.
everywhere.
Yeah, I was fine, and then I died a few times from them, and then I just looked at them from afar, and I was like, "Hold on, they look very similar to spiders." And then my brain just was like, "Okay, we got to stop this."
There's a stretch in that game with unkillable scorpions, ghost scorpions, that will probably freak you out. There's a whole lair.
Man,
Yeah.
the game looks so good though. I know you love it. Obviously, you said it in your top 5, but
300 hours in it now, I think.
I just can't. For some reason in my head, I just can't. I think honestly, during this whole podcast series of 5 years, I think during these 5 years, my frontal lobe was also fully developed as well. Because at the start of this podcast, I was playing all these horror games. I played Nope, and that had a giant spider in it. I played the Face Your Fears and all the horror games. Now I finished Resident Evil 7 in VR, no problem. Now I just can't do it. I tried Resident Evil 8 when I had the PSVR 2. It was just too scary for me. And that is not as scary as Resident Evil 7 as a game.
No,
it's
it's
more of an
not.
action game. But for some reason, VR, I was like, this is just too much. So I think I went through a change in my brain. I was 25 when I started this podcast, or 26. So,
Just a youngin'.
and now I'm in my 30s. So my brain is fully developed, is what I'm trying to say.
All right,
sorry
Dan.
for bringing up age there, Mike.
Wow. You should throw me on the bus.
Mike,
there.
he brought up hairlines earlier.
I mean, my dad lost that battle. God smited me a long time ago with that one. So, yeah,
that's fair.
Oh, Mike, you can do a British accent?
No, Amelia has watched my stream. She knows for a fact I cannot do one. It would offend Dan more than yours does. So that's never happening.
I can't wait. I can't wait for us to have a British accent, Tom.
No, we want Dan to come back to the podcast. So let's do 10 seconds of that and be like, no, never again.
But I've got good news, guys. We finally gotten to the point of the script where we introduce Mike.
Oh yeah, that's right. And a whole hour after he's already come.
I rushed to end my stream too, just to make sure I was on time.
And to introduce and welcome Mike to the booth, we've got a clip of Mike's past LTOs.
From listener to co-host. Playing and such, but in fact, we had a guest on today's show. We've got Mike from Live Open Mic. We were meant at £3 Games. It's Mike at Live Open Mic. Mike, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Live Open Mic hosted And
See the weight gain here
gave
too. That's gonna be
those who showed up keys.
All
Over
right,
3 years.
welcome back to part 2 of Let's Talk Oculus. I am still here with Mike. Dan has not come back yet for some reason, and we are getting into because this is Samson, and I'm joined by Live Open Mike. Welcome back, Live Open Mike. How are you doing?
Probably not. Shout out to Live Open Mike. Thanks so much for filling in last week. Listened to the show. Came out, but Mike Johnson, Live Open Mike. Samson's back for this one. We had Mike Johnson, Live Open Mike, or Mike Johnson's professional name. Professional name.
I love my professional name. It's just my real name.
Yeah.
I don't really have a pen name or anything.
I like it. I like it. Mike, I didn't realize quite how long ago we had you.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
I remember that 2023 episode. I just didn't think it was 3 years ago now. It's wild.
Right. It's crazy. £3 games, yeah, Grocket, all that kind of stuff.
I finally met Robin Mulder, actually. My boss when I was a
Yeah?
£3. Yeah, when I went to
cool.
AWE, she ran up and hugged me. I was like, "Oh, hey."
Oh,
That's awesome.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came on the show too, which was fun.
Mhm.
She's a great personality.
Well, Mike, now that we've introduced you, welcome to this episode. And I've got a couple of questions.
Samson, I like how the script says, now you can unmute Mike. Let him
Yeah.
just start talking.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, he
It's
started
I was
talking.
supposed to hear muted the whole time. I would have just turned my mic
No,
off.
no,
Yeah.
No, we fly by the seats in our pants, or whatever that saying is. Mike, how did this come about? How'd you end up here?
As in this podcast, or
Yeah,
me
yeah,
in
yeah.
VR?
How'd you end up, is replacing Dan, not replacing Dan, that type of.
Well, I was expounding upon the wonders of Moss on Twitter one day, and some joker who hosts a VR podcast said every VR game should have multiplayer. That is how I met Samson, and we had a whole argument about that. I thought Samson was full of crap. I'm sorry, I can't swear. Samson was full
You
of
can.
bull excrement, and
Crap doesn't count.
Yeah, okay, crap doesn't count. Cool. But no, like I started listening to the podcast from there because Samson's like, we should have you on the podcast. I'm like, what the hell podcast are you on? So I went. That's how I found LTO. And yeah, I don't remember specifically how I met Dan, other than I think I just met him through the Discord,
Pod,
through
yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I came on for the first time. I'm not sure who threw my name out there. That's one of you two to answer that. But yeah, apparently I didn't make a clown of myself, so you kept having me on, and now here I am.
Nice.
I'm-
Way to stay reliable.
Yeah, I will say, because I've been asked this 3 times now, and it came up before I was before it was announced I could do this. People have asked if this affects my work at Upload at all. That is absolutely not. I actually cleared it with my boss before I took this. He actually, he was encouraging and said, you're doing the podcast with your friends. Like that's fine. So this will not affect my duties with Upload. I'll still be on the Upload VR Gamecast every week. And yeah, nothing's changing there.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Samson's gonna be editing the pod, so buckle up, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But oh no, I forgot I have that sound bit. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I missed it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And one more question for you, Mike.
Mhm.
What are you bringing that Dan never did?
Wow.
And also, whilst I'm here,
That is horrible. That's horrible. All right.
No,
Is it
but
short?
like you offer something different, I presume, than a British.
Yeah. I've worked for a developer, and I learned a lot during my 2 years with 3 Pound Games, and from talking to developers and forging relationships from my YouTube days. So like, there's a lot of I'm less of a fan because I feel like I'm more in the industry now. This before even Upload. So I think there's a different like perspective that I can bring that hopefully will be insightful for all of you guys, everyone out there. Yeah, yes, and I finished games. I have finished.
Amen.
Thank you, Squashy. I have finished over 375 VR games. So
Jesus.
my only one worry is that every time I have like a Samsung mic episode that I listen to, the what we've been playing list is so long.
Yeah, I play so many games every week.
I'm like, both of you have to really like just pick like 3 to 5 that you really want to talk about, and
Yeah.
not. Samson's like,
Cram 'em
no,
in.
I'm gonna say everything.
They're just gonna run long. It's gonna
Yeah.
run long
I
session.
say Dan will tell you this. I've said I'm sorry, Dan, and it always gets cut out every time. But I say I'm sorry, Dan, in like every episode I've ever been on because we always go long every time.
Yeah. It's when I'm editing the pod, it's kind of funny because like we used to have the part 1, part 2, part 3. So that's when you say these things, and it's kind of funny to me when I edit them for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And-
no, I think Mike's gonna bring a lot of, like you said, like a bit of insider knowledge, a bit of knowledge in terms of how the games work or like what is realistic. I think me and Samson can have pipe dreams, and Mike's like, yeah, it's never gonna happen. It's not gonna,
Well,
you know.
yeah. One other thing, I am making my own VR game, so you'll be on the journey with me as I go through that. I've already been in it for 15 months, but the first 7 months of that was learning Unity. So as that progresses, I'm trying to announce it by the end of the year. You guys will be on the journey with me. Start from building my Steam page and all that stuff. Yeah, I'll document that whole journey here on the podcast. So I'll bring that too.
That's gonna be really fun. Yeah, for sure.
Squashy asks, are y'all gonna try and stick to a time limit going forward?
No.
And no, we normally try to keep them to about 60 to 90 minutes. And a couple times they go over. A couple times they went really far over, and I think a couple times we went a little under. But as usually what we're striving for, we're never really like, oh no, we need more filler or something. We just kind of keep going, and it usually ends up being the proper length.
Yeah. The thing I found is that if you come in with too many topics, you always go over. So, like when I do the games cast with James, we learned 10 questions or less, or 10 topics or less, because once we do that, we're way over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense. And you'll find your groove too as well. But when you realize, I mean, Samson, I think that is that all the questions. Have we gone through more?
Dan, I think so. I just, I did have one more question for you, Dan. Here is there anything you'd like to say to Mike before you sort of hand it off to him?
I just think, Mike, you gotta keep control of Samson. He's very wrong burgundy. If you see it on the script, he will say it on the script, which means that you can also have fun with him. If you put something in,
no, you should have told me that.
if you edit the script and just put a subtle thing of like, I just farted or something like that, he will say it. He will say that.
That is good to
straight
know.
out. And it's going to be very funny. But no, I've got nothing more to say other than I think you both will be great. And like, I was really happy that you wanted to come on and do the show with Samson and keep the show going. And I think it's going to be great. I'm going to be now a fan. Obviously, I can come on whenever, but like, I will be listening to this pod and be in the Discord and all that kind of stuff. And I'm very excited to see how it looks, to be honest.
Can we ban Onikaze for that joke, please?
I actually really like that one. That's funny.
Of course you put it on the screen. Of course you did. If I could just say this back to Dan, I said this in the Discord, but I want to say this publicly. Number one, I am not Dan's replacement. I am in no way trying to replace Dan. He started this. The whole community exists because of him. That's just not going to happen. Like Samson sliding into the primary host seat, so he'll be the one welcoming you in, doing intros, because I'm not doing that. And I'll be in a Samson seat trying to derail it as much as possible. That is my role. But no, like when someone turned me Dan's replacement, I was like, no, that's not how I want to be. I'm the new co-host, and I don't want Dan's legacy and what he brought and what he's been and all those amazing montages that we saw to be in any way like replaced. So it's more like I'm carrying the show forward. So I just wanted to say that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
It's like a TV show or a radio show, moving on.
Yeah.
And he will be back because I have to travel for work and I take vacations, unlike Samson. So
exactly.
He will be back.
I will be back.
Squashy asks if you'll be taking over housekeeping announcements, and I think I'm going to be keeping that one. But we might get Mike his own little segment. You know, I'm a big segment guy. Love segments.
Very well.
Dan, now that we
Yes.
finished all the questions, we've had everybody here for quite some time, but
Yes, we have.
this is episode 250, and let's do it one last time. What's the news out this week, Dan?
Oh, news? There's not much news, Samson. You know what's happening. It's 2026 in VR. There's no news whatsoever. The only couple of things to say is that Steam Frame is still not out. However, the Half-Life 2 mod, VR mod, has now been officially verified for Steam Frame, which is very fun because I never played that, and that's going to be a really cool reason for jumping into Steam Frame as well. But yeah, it's been completely verified, and you can read James's article on Upload VR all about that specific. Yeah.
Can I just say how bizarre it is that I listen to you guys and listen to Rough Talk, and it's so bizarre to hear people talking about stuff I wrote.
Yeah.
Like I'm still not used to that. Like
Yeah.
Gamertag said, yeah, Michael and Upload wrote the story, and I'm like, wait, what? Huh? That's still bizarre to me.
Michael, did you say Michael? Not Mike Johnson?
Yeah,
Michael.
No,
There's another persona.
I specifically went with Mike when this whole thing started because Michael is what I get called when I'm in trouble. So yeah,
Michael Johnson.
Exactly. The middle name gets thrown in there too if it's really bad. So yeah.
Yeah. But Samson, that's the only news, to be honest. There's not really anything like worth talking about that relates to meta, at least I would say.
I'll throw two things
Mike,
out there.
You go for it. Yeah.
I'll throw two things because these stories just got published by me, so I'll hit these 2 points. One, there is a beta branch for virtual desktop now that allows you to connect to a PC with USB. That is long overdue because the only way you could play wired PCVR with the Quest was Meta Horizon Link, and I cannot stand that program. It drives me nuts. So it needed because Steam Link is also wireless only. So I'm glad that exists. I can't wait for that to get out of the beta. And for people like me who my router is clear across the house from where I am right now, so I couldn't use it. So I had to use wired link for a very long time, and that program is super unstable. So I'm glad that exists. Second thing, the person who made the Quest Game Optimizer, Sam, I think you linked this.
Yeah, this one was big.
They released a new app called XR Replay. And what it is that anyone who streams will understand what I'm talking about because you've used OBS before. But basically, it is constantly monitoring the last, you can set this like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes of your gameplay. So if something really amazing happens, like you run out of paint cans where you're throwing them at spiders in a horror game, you can then hit save on this app, and it will just save that last few minutes of footage to your headset, and you can cut that up and put it out for social media or whatever. There's so many amazing things that happen that if you're not recording, they just get lost at the ether. So I think this is going to help general VR content creation moving forward for Quest.
For sure. It's pretty cheap too. I think it was $4.
Yep.
My question is how much it would. Can you like use it with the optimizer so that your games don't run like shitty?
That I haven't tried yet. I did try it just playing a couple games. I tried with Last Rat 2. It's the most performance heavy Quest game there is, and it ran fine. I mean, it was a champ. That game is not super well optimized to begin with, so there was still some chugging there, but it runs pretty well. I actually don't own Quest Game Optimizer because I know how to use ADB commands, which is what it uses. So I could just code my Quest to act like it's and then try it that way.
Yeah, it just makes those ADB commands a bit easier. Dan, what you been playing?
I've not played anything this week apart from Walkabout, to be quite honest with you. We played a lot of Walking Dead leading up to last week's episode, and then since that I've just played some Walkabout with the crew last Thursday, which was really fun. But aside from that, no, I've not played anything in VR this week. However, I do want to go back into Assassin's Creed. I have such a real itch to play that game all of a sudden, and I don't know why. So, when you get that itch, you're like, I just really want to just jump in that world. I don't know if I want to like go in and just start it again and play it and such, but I'll probably just go in chapter by chapter and just play. Like, I really love playing with the, I can't remember which character it is, but it's the one with the little hatchet. I can't remember if it's the American guy, Connor. Yeah, is it Connor? Yeah, with the hatchet. For some reason that feels very satisfying to me. That hatchet and throwing that hatchet as well. It's not as like a God of War kind of on the PS5 kind of satisfying. It comes back to you, but it still scratches that itch, and I like being in that world. So I really want to play that this weekend. To be honest, that's on my list. But I don't have anything to say in terms of what I've been playing this week.
Well,
From
Dan,
but actually, quickly, let's just talk about the walkabout, because we played the two most grossest courses. Well, I say gross, I just mean that they were ridiculously hard. Like, for some reason, Samsung, we wanted to play the courses that we like first played together. So that that one was what was it called? The
Tethys.
space one, Tethys Station. And my
Oh.
gosh, I have not played Tethys for like
It's
years.
been a while.
Oh,
Years. And I understand. I think back in the day, I was always like, I don't get the hate. I think it's a cool looking course, all that kind of stuff.
it's a great
But honestly,
looking course.
I'm not playing it for 3 years, I realized, my gosh, this is ridiculously hard for no reason. You know, there's some holes in that, especially like hole 17, where there should be walls, but there
Mhm.
isn't on easy, and it's they went crazy with that one. But then we played El Dorado hard after that, which is another ridiculously hard course. And yeah, let's be fair, the folks who joined us last Thursday were not particularly happy, especially Dave, who moaned a little bit about our choice of courses. Like, I don't think anyone was having fun. But yeah, anyway, that's all I want to say. But you guys can go.
Mike, what have you been playing?
I'll skip the stuff I'm playing for work to keep the list short.
God bless.
Well, I just played. I said earlier, I've just played Demio. I play Demio on a weekly basis, so I won't mention that moving forward unless something agile specific happens. But yeah, Demio by the marked. Walkabout gets played pretty often, and No Man's Sky in VR, because they're doing something on Sunday. That was gonna be another thing I mentioned. Sunday is the 10-year anniversary for No Man's Sky. It came out in
Wow.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are trying to finally erase the final stigma of the launch by trying to beat the concurrent player count that happened the week they launched. So they're trying to get over, I think it's 200,000 some odd players.
Mhm.
So Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, they want everyone to log on. So I'm gonna just start my stream and just play No Man's Sky that day.
You
But I
think
mean,
they'll be
like,
able to do it?
I think so. I think so, and I'm gonna be a part of it. So yeah, Samson, you should
That's
too.
cool.
Everybody just log in.
Yeah, any platform, huh?
I think it might be Steam. I'll double check that. I'll look at the write up again, but they're trying to
Noble Squashy's curious how many hours you have in No Man's Sky VR.
400 now.
Jiminy
I can
Crickets.
tell you the exact number in just a second. To Steam opens. There goes 402.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a pretty good guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
I
all
love
in
that
VR,
game.
mind you. Not all in VR. But yeah, that's what I played this week. Other than stuff for work, which is like 8 other games. So we won't talk about those.
I still
Leave
have No
those
Man's
for-
Sky on the PS5, to be honest, because I downloaded it for the PSVR 2 version. So yeah, maybe I'll jump in it just to add to the count. I remember when that came out. I mean, I'm sure you all do, but
Mhm.
I was at third year of university at that point, and I just remember how it was such a big launch, and then obviously just completely bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a story. It was like the biggest comeback story of how it is, but obviously I guess they've never come back to what those heights were, so that'll be fun to see him do it.
I still think it is the biggest comeback story. I think it beats Cyberpunk.
I think so too. I don't think Cyberpunk's got that yet, but a lot of people are now finally picking it up. I think Cyberpunk on Switch 2 has probably done wonders for it, because it's been one of the biggest games that you could get on Switch 2 at the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I still haven't played Cyberpunk since the launch, to be honest. I played it on
Wow.
PC though at the time, and it did run okay, but
Mhm.
I didn't really get into it at the time with all the issues. So yeah, actually, I think I should play it back again. Anyway, so many games to play. Samson, you're the one who with the massive backlog. What have you been playing?
Dan, I haven't been playing much. I've been spending a lot of my
You've
time.
been on Claude a lot trying to figure out what to do with these clips.
I've been mostly just preparing for this podcast episode in last week, but
Yeah,
I did play Walkabout last week with the gang, and that was a good time. And other than that, I've been getting some CRTs set up for Time Crisis, and that's really where my gaming focus has been in the last week.
You have 2 CRTs now, right?
I do now because Dan, I got Time Crisis 2 hooked up into my one CRT, and then I realized that 2 player, it's freaking split screen. And I'm not about to play Time Crisis split screen on my friggin' CRT screen, where it's a little tiny. So yeah, now I've got like a friggin' arcade setup basically.
I
And
can't
it's
wait to
glorious.
come visit your
Oh my
house in
goodness.
maybe a couple years and see what's happened to that house, because that I feel like
Oh
it's
my
going to be
goodness.
a whole museum.
A whole new world. Well, I do have to say one of my CRTs gives a nice buzz sound to this new one I got, and it is not quiet. It's very nostalgic. You turn that sucker on, you hear "Bajoom," and but luckily you can't really notice the hum when you're playing a game.
When are you going to
on
get
it.
into VHS collecting? That's the question.
Yeah.
Oh God.
When's that coming?
Moving right along, Dan. We've got the games out this week. We've got 3 of them. Are you
Oh,
ready?
cool.
Do you want
Yes.
to read one and I'll read the intro and the
I'll,
last one?
I'll do the first one. The first game
Okay.
is Korea IL2 series. Comes out August 4th on PC VR. Okay, now I'm leaving you, throwing in the PC VR games in there.
Through 'em all.
Korea
Summer.
IL2 series. What an interesting name. Has been a long time coming. We've known about this 1950s flight simulator at least since 2024. After missing its originally planned 2025 release, it popped back up at the VR game showcase in June. Is this their like actual
No,
what
this is from
they've got on the
Upload, and
store
now
page?
the
Oh,
store page.
I thought this is
Make
on their
credits.
store
It's like
page.
Ron
and I was-
Burgundy here.
I
was-
wrote that. I wrote that, so I recognized it immediately.
I was like, is that what they posted as their store
awesome.
page? That's
No,
one
no.
hilarious store. The game is actually available now on the game's website for a regular price of a whopping $100. What? $180 for the Founders Edition. At that price, we're inclined to wait for the Steam version. Is this also Mike, or is this
Yeah,
what
it's also Mike.
This is me. This is me.
developer
doing?
wants to see? Yeah,
I didn't
did you
copy
the
over
article?
I didn't copy over the Steam store thing. Yeah.
I'm so confused. Okay, Samson, I think you might have botched that one, but that's okay.
It's okay. It was because I didn't go to the Steam store. Yeah.
Hold on.
The next one's
Stop,
definitely
stop.
from the store page.
Hold on, Samson. It's $80 USD. That's bad.
It's 80 on Steam. It was 100 when they posted it on their website. And 150 for the deluxe version, or 180 for the deluxe version before they discounted it.
But why?
Wild.
Is it like it?
For the
Is it
planes,
just
man,
like,
for the planes.
Because it was early access and they wanted people to pay for early access. I don't know why it's 80 on Steam. I think that's nonsense.
that's bad. Okay. Anywho, so I've just read Mike's article. So yeah,
Had to get him in.
Samson, I want to quickly throw in the first paragraph of the actual
Alright, sure.
Steam release. Korea IL2 series takes you to a pivotal moment in aviation history, a time when jet engines changed the skies forever. During the Korean War, with the pistol engine aircraft of the bygone era clashed with the first jet fighters. For the first time in the series, gamepads are supported in addition to joysticks and HUTAS control systems. That's all I'll say for that. There's a long one, but you already get the idea. It does look super realistic, to be honest. Like really, really realistic. But I'm interested to see how this one does. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a big price.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big.
Are you ready
you're
for
right.
the next
yeah,
one?
it's $100.
Only in chat says, "Welcome to Serious Flight Simulator prices." He's right. That's how much these typically cost.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it's true. Microsoft.
He's also gonna start collecting beta cassettes. So fair.
Yeah. All right, Dan. I'm going to read the next one, but I'm going to skip the quest one. I'll let you read that last quest one.
Okay.
We've got Iron Forged coming August 7th for PSVR 2 and PC VR. It is a slow-paced tactical VR shooter where every mistake is punished. You fight with a minimal arsenal, your pistol, composure, timing, and precision. Wake up as CM42 and fight your way out of a relentless combat training facility designed to break the weak and forge perfect soldiers.
Nice. That's on PSVR 2 and PC VR.
Indeed.
Iron Forged. Very cool. Very cool. I still don't know what the game's really about. It's just a tactical VR shooter, I guess. But Okay. The last one, Puzzles of the World 1.0 release. Oh, I remember this one. August 6th on the Quest 3. So this is coming out as of today, actually. Puzzle of the World
Yeah,
is a
it's out now.
cozy puzzle building game where you relax, travel, and assemble beautiful wooden 3D miniatures inspired by iconic landmarks and destinations around the globe. Build 7 handcrafted wooden puzzles around 7 stunning destinations. Instead of me butchering all these names, I'm just going to say Japan, Italy, Canada, France, India, Peru, Norway. Enjoy a relaxing puzzle building experience enhanced by serene visuals, dynamic music. The immersive soundscapes is tailored to each destination. Samson, you said this is not up your alley, even though you like puzzling places because of this
I've got
type
too
of
many
puzzles.
puzzles.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Can I just throw out there that he didn't want to screw up any of the city names, and one of them is in Canada.
It is, and I have actually been there too. Actually, I've been to 3 of these places, but I still don't want to say it.
It's Banff.
Yeah, that's it. It's Banff, Canada. That's what it is. Samson, I guess that's our show.
Dan, 250.
250. We did it.
Thanks, mate.
I'm looking at the live stream. It's 2 hours 5 minutes. That's almost like 250 in a way, right? Yeah, it's the same digits. Yeah,
We have to go
it's a
another
bit
hour.
crazy. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody, not just on the stream, but also just in the group in general. Like those who are listening to it, those who are in the Discord, those who have dropped off maybe at some point and then come back and such. Thank you. Those of you who obviously support the Patreon, like you know who you are. We sent you stuff when we had LTO 200. Thanks for supporting the show all the way up into here. I hope you continue supporting it. I hope everyone supports the show even more. Get behind Mike and Samson, because Samson, even though Samson's still on the show, he's taking up a little bit of a different role because I'm normally the one who's creating the scripts and editing the show, and this time Samson's going to be doing all of that. So to be fair, I have said to Samson, I'm here if he ever needs me when it comes to editing, because I know it can be a pain when you've never done it before, and it's a lot of like I can edit the show really quickly now because I've done it so many times. But yeah, Samson, I'm always here for you. But yeah, thank you so much. I in terms of like, I don't feel too emotional because I know the show's continuing. I think if I would be more sad if the show was like ending now, and I've been the person who to end it because it's me who said I want to leave. But no, I appreciate Mike for stepping in and continuing the show. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to see, because I think it's going to be a little bit different, have a bit of a different flavor, and so it should. So it should as well. But yeah, and then one last thing to Samson. Honestly, we've made a great friendship over like 5 years, and I know we live near each other now technically, but I'm moving back to Vancouver in a month, so I'm gonna go back to the West Coast. But yeah, you'll always be a good friend of mine, and I will definitely come and visit when I can, especially for a potential PAX if it works, because it just kind of goes hand in hand. And I will drive you out into the West Coast for PAX Eat the West, I'm pretty sure. But more just to hang out with you. I don't really care about PAX; it's fine. But it's more just to hang out with you. And but yeah, it's been great to do the show with you, and it's been great to have you as a friend. And thanks to everyone with your lovely comments. I'm seeing them here. Noble Squashy, D-Max, Dave. Yeah, Dave, you've been a rock, to be honest. Dave, you've been here since day one. Really appreciate you. Matt as well. Like, I love our chats in the DMs as well. Steve as well. Still, Steve says we're keeping the overthrow by Samson and Mike a secret until after Dan's gone, right?
Why are you talking about that? That was a separate channel in the Discord. We locked Dan out of there. Okay, Dan, so I guess I'll let the cat out of the bag. We're going to paywall a lot of this stuff now. So it's going to be like, welcome to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 250. And there's going to be a pop-up that says, to continue listening to this episode, please donate. Yeah.
Do it. Do whatever you want. The show is now over to you. But yeah, that's everything I got to say. Samson, is there anything else before you end the show?
No, that's it. Your final sign-off.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening and watching, and thanks for all of you. Also, feel free to put comments in the show, even though I'm not going to be in the show. Samson and Mike will read it off, and I can also answer some questions that you might have for me in the Discord. But thanks everyone for listening and watching. And I guess Samson and Mike will catch you in 2 weeks' time, because next week Samson's having a
Yes.
well-deserved week off.
Yeah, going to upstate New York.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Mike.
Oh,
we'll see you
hey,
soon.
you can go to that museum and get a new shirt. I'm just saying. You know, I'm
Yeah,
just throwing it out there.
Just go to the Jackie Robinson Museum.
There you go.
Maybe grab me a new shirt, Samson.
I'm going to see the Trolls. I'm not going to be near any museum. All right.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's in Manhattan. It's downtown. You can get there.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Take
right.
care, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Take
Bye.
care.